Can you imagine carrying around a phone that is as big as your computer? Well, some phones were that big. Over time, phones have become more advanced, both in size and in features, thus making them more useful to everyone. Personally, the mobile phone has had a big impact on my life since 2014 when I got my first phone. To start, the first mobile phone was created by Martin Cooper almost 40 years ago in 1983. He was the senior engineer at Motorola. Science Note stated that this phone weighed approximately 2 pounds and took 10 hours to get 30 minutes of talk time, and it cost a whopping $3,995. Can you imagine paying that much for a phone? The cost prevented many people from owning one. They were primarily used in the business world and sales world, but not often for personal use, says Craig Jones, a industrial designer. A lot has changed since the first mobile phone. Over time, phones have gotten more advanced. In April 1989, Motorola created another phone, this time with a flip-up mouthpiece. This phone weighed only 12.3 ounces compared to that of 2 pounds. There are also a number of accessories you could have for this phone. You could have a leather case for your phone, and you could also have a travel charger. The next innovation came from Nokia, which was text messaging. This made it easier for people to communicate with one another. Phones kept getting more advanced. The author of Science Note stated that with IBM Simon, you could send an email, sketch on its touchscreen with a stylus, consult a calendar, use a world time clock, and even an address book. Technology is constantly changing the mobile phone. Phones we use today are more advanced than earlier models. The first monochromatic display was introduced into the phone in 2001 in the color blue instead of the boring gray and white and black, says the authors of Digit. According to Engineers Forum, in 2002, the camera was integrated into the first phone, creating the camera phone. This made it helpful so people did not have to carry around a camera when they already had their phone. Digit stated that in 2005, Motorola integrated Apple's iTunes into their phone and allowed people to store up to 100 songs. This made song listening more accessible to everyone. 2 years later, Steve Jobs created the first iPhone and showcased it at Macworld. The phone was different from other phones in the fact that it did not have a keypad and it had a touchscreen. This phone was also much cheaper than most phones at a cost of $499, which was a huge drop from that of the first phone. Nowadays, people look forward to seeing new advancements in the phone each year, which has led more people to owning one. As you see on this chart, between 2009 and 2011, under 1 billion people had used a smartphone. And nowadays, in 2020, you can see that just under 7 billion people have used a smartphone. Many inventors, like Steve Jobs and Martin Cooper, have helped create something that many people use. They use them for talking and texting, but a variety of other things, like surfing the web, taking pictures, checking emails, and much more. In conclusion, the mobile phone was created about 40 years ago in 1983, and it's gotten more advanced as time went along, making it more useful to everyone. If the mobile phone was not created, many people's lives, like mine and yours, would be very different. For instance, I am using my phone to record this speech. People use their phone to send emails to their professors. They use them for talking, texting, sending pictures, surfing the web almost every single day.